Tanya from Sarva Yoga. So today I wanted to talk about a book that I just read. It's this one. And in English it's called The Surrender Experiment. In German it's called Das Experiment Hingabe. And this book is highly recommendable because I've just finished it in 1 week because it was so thrilling. It's really like the story is so amazing. The story of his life, it's like unbelievable what happened to him. Yeah. And it's all true. It's his real life story. And if I would give the whole topic he talks about a title, I would say it's Observe Rather Than Resist. Because it has a lot of similarities to the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey. Because basically the man in the book, the author, he's telling himself, okay, every time my mind chatter is starting and saying, I want this or I do not want this, then I'm gonna use my willpower to just say, I don't care, dear mind. I will just accept what is happening right now, no matter if it's good or bad, or no matter if you think it's good or bad, to be more exact. So this book really came to me in a situation just when I needed it. So he's talking a lot about these things, these happenings where you think, can this really be just coincidence or was that destiny? And for me, this book coming to me was also a point where I thought, well, he couldn't have taken a better time to give me that book, because I am in exactly the same situation that he is in at the end of the book. So he is in a situation where he's accused of having done something that he didn't do and he has to go to court for it. And I'm in the same situation, just that in my case it's not about so much money as it is in this case, because he's really dealing here with millions and billions of dollars. Okay, I never had so much money, so for me it's a little different, but it's basically the same. And he is just saying, okay, the solution to the whole thing is when you are in such a situation, yeah, which is deeply hurtful and sad, then basically the only thing you can do is just accept it and trust in the universe that it will bring the right changes at the right time. And so it did. So I mean, I don't want to ruin all the fun for you. That's why I'm not saying how it's gonna end. But for me, this book was really a big help. And it made me trust the universe again. You know, even though so much sad and threatening things are happening around us, and you don't understand why, so your mind is always questioning, why are there people who lie, and why are there people who say such horrible things, and you're just relieved from all of that. In the moment you just accept it and do the things you're interested in. Like for me, that is doing the tarot card readings. So I don't sit at home all day being worried about how this court situation is going to end. Rather, I'm going to sit at home doing tarot readings because this is what I like and this is what I love to do. And this is what I think is helping other people. And I think that should always be at the center of our motivation, right? That we do something which is helpful for other people. And so he's talking also about the difference between the logical and the intuitive mind. So he's more like, okay, we have this logical mind, which is like a nice tool to make easy yes or no decisions. Like, should I touch the fire with my hand? Better not. But then there is this intuitive mind, and the intuitive mind is much wiser because it has a connection to the higher self. And he is basically saying, if you manage to separate that personal self and the mind chatter from the higher self and the intuition, then even the hurtful situations in your life will not leave scars later on. So that is also one of the things which made me very hopeful and which I liked a lot about this book. And Another conclusion he comes to is that the challenges in your life are giving you the necessary power that you need in order to bring that change that is necessary in your life right now into life. So basically materialize it. Or how could I say that? How could I express that? Well, basically, instead of resisting the change, you could just rather go with the flow, and you just observe what's happening rather than judging what's happening and saying it's either good or bad. So basically, what he says is not so different from most of the other authors that you find out there. He's basically saying the same thing as Eckhart Tolle and as we have in the Bhagavad Gita or in all of the non-duality books that you can find. So it's not nothing new. It's an ancient old wisdom that was carried along for thousands of years. But I would really recommend you to read it, because from time to time we really need that refresh of the information. And his life story is so interesting. You just can't stop reading because it's really so thrilling, and you're always like, oh my god, what's happening on the next page? So I really love that book, and I can just say, buy it. The Surrender Experiment. It's really good. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.